Hello Internet, my name is Hazel from Hazelnutty Games, and this is my kill of Heroic Gluth from Hearthstone Curse of Naxxramas. I always thought his name was Gluth, but apparently according to that guy, it is Gluth. So this is a Paladin deck that I made up in my head. I was basically trying a lot of different things, and this is what turned out to work for me. I will overlay the deck list on the left-hand side of the screen so that you can see what I used. Most of it's fairly straightforward. There are a couple legendaries in here because I had them and I figured they would be helpful. You'll notice Harrison Jones and Tirion Fordring. I would love to tell you that they're not necessary, but they actually really helped. So that there, Jaws, that is, I think, one of the most terrifying things about Gluth. He has a shocking amount of opportunities to attack you physically, both with that weapon, which gets buffed to hell every time something with Death Rattle dies, whether it be yours or his. And he also has some things that can increase his own damage just independently of a weapon. So to counter that, we're running double acidic Ooze, and honestly, you should mulligan for Ooze. And if you don't start the game with an Ooze, you're probably not going to make it. We have 2 Ooze and a Harrison. You want Ooze in your opening hand or within the next couple turns because then it allows you to shut down his Jaws. Jaws will very quickly get out of control and murder you, so it's really best to have that. So there we go. We take out the Ghoul. That Divine Shield I did was absolutely useless. I did not think in my head through that play, so don't do that. That was just a plain old mistake. The reason I had Divine Shield is for situations like that where you want to make a minion survive an AoE caused by a minion. There's not actually as many of them as you might think. One nice thing about Gluth is he runs a lot of those Zombie Chows, those things that heal you for 5 health, so it's worthwhile to try and chomp through them to heal yourself up to kind of live through all of his damage. I also run a couple of equalities as well as Consecrate, I believe, so that you can clear his board effectively. So if he's dumped out a lot of those, that will heal you for quite a bit. Try and keep an eye on how much health you have and how many Zombie Chows are going to die so that you don't overheal. You kind of want to save them for when you need them. You don't want to be healing past 30. There we are. So he has a couple of those where he can just heal or do damage just with his face. It's a little bit scary, and he also gets armor, sort of warrior-like. Now, I could kill that Necro Knight right there with an equality, and I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about equality Elven Archer or just trading that recruit. But the Necro Knight's going to destroy minions on either side of him when he dies, so I don't really want to do that because I know I can get better value if I wait a turn. However, this thing is smacking me in the face for 5. So what we end up doing is we summon another recruit and we taunt both of them using the Protector, and then we go for face. So now he has 2 taunt minions that he needs to get through before he can access my face again. And the nice thing is we have another acidic Swamp Ooze in hand, so if he does get another Jaws out, we can immediately dismantle it. He will hit with it once, but that is of course before it gets all buffed up. And there's Harrison Jones, great to have him in hand. Perfect. So, doing alright here. In this case, I believe we do decide, now that there is a Spiteful Smith out there, to pop our equality, and then we're going to use our Elven Archer to destroy that Necro Knight, which of course takes out the Spiteful Smith. So we have a board and he doesn't. He's still up on us in health, but that's quite alright. Another good reason to go for Paladin is that a lot of your minions' health is going to be 1 to begin with, so he's not really getting a huge advantage by making all of your minions 1 health. That's not really the scariest hero ability out there. It's sad that it only applies to your minions, but what are you going to do?
There's an achievement for losing to Gluth, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Kel'Thuzad is kind of a jerk. So, Hammer of Wrath is here. Nice removal. That'll take out a Zombie Chow, heal you up because it's Zombie Chow, and it draws you a card. And then Loot Hoarders are in here for card draw as well. If there's something that you feel like you're hurting for that you want to put into this deck, Leper Gnomes can probably go. They're going to aggro, they're going to buff up his weapon without really adding too much, so if there's something else you can switch those out. But I like them because they're cheap, they're 1 health anyways, and they're good value. Alright, so he's got his Jaws, he's buffed it up to 5, which kind of hurts, but that's okay, because I have a Harrison Jones. And Harrison Jones is going to draw me every card ever. Perfect. In the event that I didn't have him, I could have used a Swamp Ooze and that would have been okay. But this guy runs at least 3 Jaws, if not more, so you want to have all of the weapon removal that you can get. So, we just pulled our second equality. It's hard to tell if we should do it or not. We do need to get through that taunt. We don't really have a whole lot that can go for face outside of it. So... So we pop the equality. Elven Archer will take out a minion, but we decide instead we want to pop that Repentance so that his next minion is also 1 health and can be traded with one of my little 1/1s. Our Sunfury can destroy that little Oozy, And then we have a minion that can take out the Spiteful Smith as well. Harrison getting taken into 5-1 kind of sucks, but he doesn't have a whole lot of things that can remove it on top of it having 1 health. If he ran Mortal Coil, we would be in big trouble, but he doesn't. And there's Enrage, so he has 10 attack, which is kind of gross. But, you know, what are you going to do? His Zombie Chow has had its health reduced to 1, which is actually fairly handy. That's a lot easier to chip through than the 3. And that will let us heal for 5 by trading our little minion. And there's Tirion Fordring, here to save the day. Fantastic. So, we're dumping that out. If you don't have Tirion, you can substitute a Sunwalker. Because his health is being reduced to 1, his health isn't really the important thing here. It's important that he's a taunt with a good attack and Divine Shield, but Sunwalker is, of course, also. Tirion is nice because you'll get a big, fatty sword when he dies. Not absolutely necessary, but it certainly helps out quite a bit, so run him if you have him. But, I mean, don't go crafting him if this is all you're going to use him for. We decided we want to run our Truesilver Champion because that is going to heal us when we attack. And we're applying everything to face at this point. We're not going to take out that Spectral Knight because we want to get as much face damage as possible. And he's going to have to go through our taunt before he reaches our face. So we're not super concerned about that. And there is Jaws number 3. He does that. Thankfully, we have our Swamp Ooze in hand. And Avenging Wrath is here as well, which is kind of nice. So, our Ashbringer unfortunately takes care of our what do you call that thing? Truesilver Champion? That's gone because of our Ashbringer, but I'll take a 5/3 sword. Swamp Ooze gets rid of his Jaws. And we go ahead and pop Avenging Wrath because it's just so much fun, which puts us in range of lethal. So there you go, that's how I did it. If you have the cards, feel free to try out this deck. Let me know how it goes. Let me know what you think. And have a wonderful, wonderful day.
All of these leftover zombies now.
Bye!